Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and uh, wow. So there's a big controversy going on, and I didn't really know if I should put this on my voice acting channel or just keep it on my main channel. Um, I mean, this does cover a lot of voice acting matters, um, and you know, it's a big deal. I do not have any echolation or knowledge of the Bayonetta, the Bayonetta franchise, but boy, seems a lot of other people do, because it's just come a whirlwind the past couple of days. So I seen it and I had to research it and I was like, what's the big deal on this? What's going on? What is the controversy? And we're gonna go through all the angles because there is some new news and updated news on this matter that swings another way on this issue. But we're gonna go through all the scenarios here, and it's tough. So this get her name right now because I didn't even know who she was. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I had no idea who this voice actor was until this controversy happened. Sorry, I apologize, but I didn't know who she was. So, um, Haley Taylor. Um, so she is known as the voice of Bayonetta, for the first and the second video game. Now, also, I should point out, because I did some research on this, she actually was the first overall voice actor, including over the Japanese voice actor, because when they first did this game, I guess, they didn't actually have a Japanese version yet. So she was actually the first actual original voice actor before even the Japanese, English and Japanese. So she kind of made the voice of this character, this Bayonetta character, before the Japanese voice came on. Now, usually the English voice actors will kind of make their voice their own and do it differently than the Japanese voice actor will do anyways. Sometimes they kind of just follow and try to do similar to what they're doing, but a lot of times they will do their own thing, in their own interpretation of it. But she was the original voice, so I mean, her voice actually is the, if you want to call the original, you know, definitive voice. So I can see why a lot of people would be upset that she's not returning as the third iteration of this game, because it is the titled character of the game. And it sucks when main characters get recasted. It sucks when they leave. Pokemon, if you guys know, Pokemon was my very first anime I ever watched. Still reigns in my heart. Veronica Taylor, Eric Stewart, Rachel, the main cast, Pokemon, Ash, Misty, and Brock. They got recasted, and still one of the biggest mistakes, I think, in the history of anime. To this day, they should still, in my opinion, they should still be voicing those characters. But unfortunately, they're not. And it was because of, obviously, studio issues, switching over. Much different situation than this one. But my point being, it does happen, unfortunately. And I did like what Steve Bloom came out and said. I've heard Steve Bloom say this because I actually am in his class that he does. And I have heard him say this. So it was not surprising to me that he came out and said it. Is that, legacy characters, legacy characters, do your research, about, why a role's being, recasted, or why is that voice actor not doing it that's supposed to be doing it. But at the end of the day, nobody has claim to these roles. Everybody as a voice actor can be replaced. And that holds true here. But I could see why the fans of this franchise, upon researching this, would be upset that she was no longer going to be the voice, since she was the original voice actor, period. Like, Japanese and English. I could see why there was an outcry about this right away, because of how synonymous she defined the character. Not just for the English market, but probably for other markets as well. Because she was probably the one that they heard the most. So I could see why that would have lit a fire. So she put out a 4-part video on Twitter, because Twitter only lets you do 1 minute of a video. So she did a 4-part video. And there was already revealed that this Jennifer Higley was taking over her role for Bayonetta 3. And obviously she's very synonymous with animation, voiceover, as well as video games. She's done much more than Taylor has. So she's kind of been in the game for a while. She's been in it for a while. For a quick minute, but she actually had to put out a statement, and I thought her statement after the 4-part video came out, that I thought it was a very well done statement. I thought it was well done and was well written. At the end of the day, and I can understand she's on that perspective. Regardless of the character being a legacy character, everybody in voiceover can be replaced. And that's just the reality of it. Unfortunately, it happens. For Kid Goku and Kid Gohan. Stephanie, Stephanie, she was the voice of those two characters that I just named, and she was recasted from in Dragon Ball Z Kai, and still to this day, I still maintain that she should never have lost her role, and she was the best Kid Goku and Kid Gohan voice actor when she did Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball, and she did GT. She did GT as well because she was Kid Goku in that. So but it happens, and that's just, unfortunately, there's stuff that happens behind the scenes that we are not aware of, and fortunately, whether it's a money thing or it's not available or other things, it unfortunately does happen. And so she put out a good statement. Now, the executive producer, on the other hand, I really thought he handled the situation incorrectly, though there are some people that say he kind of acts like that anyways. So I don't know what to say on that, but I did think the way he went about it was unprofessional, blocking people rather than kind of just addressing the issue. I think he should have put out a statement like Jennifer did, very similar to the way Jennifer put out a statement, rather than just trying to block people and just kind of putting out weird tweets and stuff like that. But that's sometimes how people act, unfortunately. But anyways, so in this 4-part video thing, Mrs. Taylor, she proclaimed that basically that she was mailed, a final flat rate offer of only $4,000 for the character of Bayonetta for the Bayonetta 3 video game or whatever. And, she just thought that was, I guess, ridiculous, which, honestly, for a titled character in a video game, it would be a ridiculous offer to take. But that was what she said, and she said she didn't care about the NDA. The one thing, the way her video came off at the time, it did feel kind of like, okay, it kind of felt kind of genuine at first. When I first seen it, before I found out about the new information, which we'll get to in a second. Like I said, I'm running this angle first before we get to the new information. Just for people that are gonna be on the comment section right now. So when she came on and basically said, what she said, and it did feel like there was something that just really irritated her about the whole situation, because obviously she had been this character for a long time, and to be a titled character and only get $4,000 for for a character that's this huge and obviously makes a lot of money, because not counting merchandise, they've made over $400 million. Again, that's not counting merchandise. It's a huge thing. It's a huge deal. So I can understand that angle to this. She did kind of come off a little kind of asinine when she basically said that, basically, she didn't say the new voice actor by name, but she basically, said that you shouldn't be allowed, to sign, fan art of the character, because autographs of the new voice actor signing autographs of fan art of Bayonetta, because that's not your role, that's my role. I'm the one that defined the role, in which in a way she did, since she was the original voice actor. But at the same time, it's you're not the IP creator of the thing. I mean, yeah, you're the voice actor, but you're not the person who drew the character or whatever. And I remember Steve Bloom talking about this. At the end of the day, these characters are not ours, and they're not. They're the creator's character. You're providing the voice of the character. And yes, you're synonymous to that voice, but at the end of the day, it's the creator's thing. And sometimes we kind of tend to forget this a little bit, as well. So, I mean, this is what she said. Now, a day later, it came out, at least from this Bloomberg report, that had seen, I guess, allegedly documentations of the situation. And they claimed, based on what they heard from Platinum, was that she was going to be offered, Taylor was going to be offered $4,000 for 5 sessions, which would be the equivalence of 15 to 20,000, excuse me, to $20,000 for the game, to do Bayonetta 3, which actually is a pretty good salary for a voice actor for this role, because I don't exactly know that many. I mean, I don't know what the set rate for a role is for a voice, but for video games, I do know they make a lot more. And I think that's a lot more than what the normal going rate is for a video game. So she was probably going to make a lot for it. Now, I don't know exactly if she should have gotten more or less than that, depending on what you think of the value of a titled character is for a going rate, but that's pretty high for a voice actor already, around going at 20K. Um, so, obviously you're never gonna make the millions like a regular actor's going to be like in a Disney movie or whatever, in a live action Disney movie or whatever, or a Warner Brothers movie, etc. But that's a pretty good rate. Um, Now, again, Taylor came out and said that this is an absolute lie to, cover their ass, quote unquote. Um, so, obviously, after that, probably no one else is going to speak on the matter. We're probably not going to find out the true story. But I will say this: if the Bloomberg report is accurate, it does, because I forgot to say also, their story also reports that Taylor allegedly declined that offer, the 20,000K offer, for the 4 sessions for $4,000, because she wanted 6 figures reportedly, as well as residuals for this. I don't exactly know that many video game characters that do get residuals. I could be wrong on that. There might be some out there. Possibly like, the Hollywood actors might get residuals on a video game, but I don't know exactly if voice actors will. Like I said, usually it's only the big actors that will get them. If that, but I don't know. I could be wrong on that. There might be some that get residuals. But obviously I mean 6 figures is already way too much for the value of I think this, because obviously there's no voice actor that's making that much. Not even the best ones, I think, is making that much. I could be wrong. Maybe there is one that is making that much, but to my understanding, none have as of right now that I know of. If that's the case, and that she was lying in this 4-part video that she made on Twitter, then she probably will never work in this industry again, because she doesn't seem to really have that much work. To my understanding, she actually does more theater than voiceover, so maybe that's where she'll be going for now on, because I don't know any voice actor or anyone would want to hire her after, because she did break an NDA. I mean, they did say she did break an NDA on this. She did say that in her 4-part video. But also, supposedly the 4,000 offer that she claimed in the video was actually, a last-ditch effort to possibly get her still in the game, despite her not being Bayonetta, but actually being another version of Bayonetta that's in the game for 4,000 for 1 session. Because I guess there's like some cameo of Bayonetta, like a different version of Bayonetta or whatever in the game. And they were going to have her be that person as a cameo for the game. But this would have been after they had already recasted her as the main Bayonetta for Jennifer by this point. That's what the Bloomberg report has reported. So there's a lot of different angles on this, but Taylor's saying that this is a lie, but at the same time, she hasn't really proved that it is a lie, besides just saying that it's a lie. So she really, if this is a lie and Taylor is telling the truth, she needs to provide some receipts. Taylor has already broken an NDA. Okay, she even said that in her video. She said that. Okay, so if she's actually telling the truth, she needs to provide those receipts. I mean, you've already broken your NDA, Taylor. So, I mean, if there is something that Platinum, isn't telling the truth or whatever, you need to show it. You need to show that. She said in one of the 4 videos that there was some mail, of this 4,000 of the Bayonetta that she was going to play, and that was that was their Platinum's final offer. If that's the case, you, Taylor, have a responsibility to show that to people. You have the responsibility to show that to, your audience now, because, you are putting huge accusations against a game, openly saying to boycott a game, okay, because you're not in it, okay, and that does come off as entitlement. Especially if these allegations are true that you were going to get 20,000, okay, for this game. The 6 figures, the residuals. I mean, I don't know many video game characters that actors that get residuals for a game, with the exception of maybe like the Hollywood actors that appear in a video game, that voice in a video game. I don't know anyone that would get a residual. Maybe she was thinking about residuals because of how much money they were making on merchandise and stuff like that. Maybe that's what she was thinking. But, the 6, what was it called? The 6K or whatever? The 6 figures or whatever. I mean, that's ludicrous. Because, I mean, she's not even that known. I mean, outside of this character, and I didn't even know who this character was, so I had no idea who this actor was. Because I had no idea what this franchise was. And, without this character, I'm sorry to say, but she'd be a nobody right now. Because I don't know any other role she's been in outside of the role that she played. Outside of this Bayonetta role that she's played. I don't know any character that she is. Sorry to say that. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm sorry to people if I come off as an ass for that, but I mean, that's just true. I mean, I'm looking at her bio right now. I don't, this is just from behind the voice actors. Maybe this is outdated. I don't know. But, I mean, it just doesn't seem like she's that important. Like, I mean, that, like, the Bloombox report is, like, they're claiming that, she basically, I mean, what they're claiming is that she's basically like a queen bee. Okay, that's basically what they're claiming. They are basically saying that this person wanted 6 figures, she wanted residuals, she is being a queen bee, and she wants all this stuff. I mean, that's what it comes off as being. That is what I'm trying. I'm trying to be as unbiased as possible here with this. I'm not trying to be an ass or anything like that to anybody. And like I said, it sucks that she's not going to be the voice actor anymore, because I'm sure because I've been there. I've been there losing a voice actor that I'm used to as the character and synonymous with the character. I get that. But, I mean, if this stuff is true, I mean, I don't know how anyone would want to work with her in any other voice role again. Because it does come off as like she's like a queen bee. That she's just like someone that wants, all this, but, you can't be willing to get that. You can't get one. You can't get the Hulk Hogan deal. You can't get the Hulk Hogan deal. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's what she's looking for. She's looking for that Hulk Hogan type money. Doesn't work with me, brother. Doesn't work with me, brother. All you wrestling fans out there get that reference. But nonetheless, it is what it is. It sucks, but hopefully we find out what the real story is. I'm sure we're not going to find out the full true story. But I will say this, Taylor, if you have the actual proof that, what Bloomberg is saying isn't true, then you need to you have like an obligation to your audience at this point. I mean, you already broken your NDA. I mean, maybe that's why she doesn't want to say anything anymore, because now they may have put out a cease and desist on her now because of it. I mean, who knows at this point, because, with NDAs, they can be sued, they can be blacklisted for it. There's a lot of things you can do when you break, because when you break an NDA, that's breaking like a trust between a studio and an actor. You know, that's the biggest FU. And if that you do that, a studio doesn't want to work with you anymore. You know, because they can't trust you. They can't trust your reliability at that point. So, you know, it's very, very unfortunate. You know, that, you know, that's the end, and that's how she wants to put her legacy out there. Then, you know, maybe, you know, again, I don't know what else she does besides this, but some more people in the comic section might provide more insight. Of maybe she has been some other stuff she's done recently besides Bayonetta, but I haven't seen it. So, but yeah, guys, that is where this is at. Let me know what you guys think. Where you guys stand on this? Do you think she's lying? Do you think she's telling the truth? Do you think there's more to the story that we don't know? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. And comment, rate. If you like this video, my videos, please subscribe. Make sure to follow on all the social medias that I have. I do have other ones besides YouTube. Twitch, Discord server, Instagram, etc. That's about it, guys. I'm out of here. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. Out of here. Peace.